to the Black Mamba. Ball is up, game is on.
So maybe Mighty will win by 24 points.
Who knows? But they did take the 24-second shot clock violation. And so we begin. Yes, Rades empty on their first attempt. Here's Mackenzie Moore being guarded by Al Shanufi. Now it's Gomez Del Llano.
Mighty Sports coming off a 2-day break after those first 2 wins. So able to recover a little bit, practice a little bit more, get into the flow of things. That's really much time needed by the team to be able to get sharper going into this tournament.
And Dom, that's also the thing about ES Rades. They don't get a day off in between their elimination round games. They are playing 4 straight. Oh, wide open underneath. That's an easy basket for ES Rades. Ramesh getting away.
It seems like Reynaldo Balkman falling down, slipping. Probably like a wet spot right there, not able to recover.
Right now, ES Rades is 3-0. This is their last game. Oh, look at that! Up top, more to Malonzo.
Same thing happened in game number 1. That was an opening shot by Jamie Malonzo. Malonzo getting that 2-handed alley-oop. First 2 points of Mighty Sports in game number 3. Malonzo again.
It's very important for them to get going early on. And they know that tapping into Malonzo, he tried to go for another one, but Bloch says, let me try and take this.
Well, he felt good in game number 2, right? Andre Bloch knocking down 5 of 9 three-pointers.
Grady gets one over Bloch. On the board now is ES Rades. If they win today, Dom, did they automatically claim the top seed in this group? If not, Mighty Sports can have a say on it if they do win against Sports Beirut in
tomorrow.
Their next game. Yes,
which is tomorrow. And then the tournament takes a 1-day break, and then the quarterfinals start on Thursday. Semifinals on Friday and the finals on Saturday.
That was a push there, right as Moore received the ball underneath.
First game so far that Mighty Sports not really starting out well. First 2 games, very explosive was Mighty Sports.
Kanuni got called for that one. Well, something obvious here is that Mighty Sports has a huge size advantage in terms of the first 5 at least. Bloch working his way against Grady. He likes this matchup. You just know about it.
Well, important for him to be able to get this guy into foul trouble. Obviously, Grady, one of the top scorers for the team.
Grady averaging 21 points, 8.5 rebounds in this tournament. Look at Bloch. Just using his body there. Whether it's with Mighty Sports or the Philippine national team playing in FIBA tournaments, you see Bloch very comfortable in using that pump fake from outside and then attacking the basket afterwards.
Just using basically his handles. I mean, he's really got skill with that basketball from the 3-point line, driving to that basket. He knows how to handle it.
Al Shanufi gets it underneath. Ramesh missing that time.
And one thing I've been very impressed with Andre Bloch is his defense. He's been
like he hesitated when he went up for the shot attempt. Mighty Sports will get another crack at it.
I feel that Mighty Sports a little bit tentative at the beginning of the ball game.
Absolutely, it's really very evident right now as Bogman misses his first attempt of the game. Ramesh this time on the baseline. Jumper is good.
Again, important to be able to top your group because the guys that you will be playing in the quarterfinals should be the weakest team in that group.
Malonzo out to Bloch. Open from downtown, no good. Bogman losing the basketball. Al Shanufi recovering, forward pass. And that will be completed underneath by Kanuni.
As you notice also, offensively, Mighty Sports not able to run their plays, not able to move that basketball all that well, except for the 2 points by Malonzo.
Do you think this has something to do with the zone defense that Rades is currently throwing at the Filipino contingent?
Yes, I think, and also because of the zone defense, Mighty Sports has been settling for the outside shots, not really attacking the basket. When were they able to score? When they got that alley-oop pass to Malonzo, when Andre Bloch drove to that basket, and once again, Andre Bloch getting an offensive rebound.
Oh, Bloch stands about maybe 4 inches taller than Anton Grady, so That's an advantage they could probably look into. The switch. Bogman defending and forcing the miss from Bolak. And Bogman challenging Grady this time. Ronaldo misses. Malonzo with a tip.
He's been consistently getting offensive rebounds, just using his quickness and his jumping ability.
And when he was in college, he definitely showed that he has that athletic ability.
I really like the school that he went to.
Shades of green and white. This time, Rades. Oh, the banker coming from Kanuni.
Luckily for Mighty Sports, he was stepping on the line. So, you look at offensively for Rades, they're moving that ball.
That Juan Gomez Del Llano three-pointer. Grady. Oh, that's a bucket. He knows that it might be tough using, trying to go body to body with Blatch and showing a bit of some range.
Well, you want to be able to knock down that jumper, having Andre challenge you a little bit more, and now then you put the ball on the floor.
Alonso in trouble. Bodies on the floor, picked up by Kanuni. Over to Bolak, the reverse layup, no good. And Bolak claiming that he got fouled, got smacked on the head is what he says. Referee says, no whistle, no foul. Take a look at this one. Doesn't look like there was any
doesn't
contact.
really look like anybody touched him.
He gets subbed out of the game for now. Ramesh. Elahi now in the game. Had a good game in one of their outings here in this tournament. He actually scored 17 points against Al Ittihad in their last game. Couple of turnovers here, Dom, for Mighty Sports, but they do get the ball back playing good defense on the other side.
Remember, you asked me what else has Mighty Sports been doing well. Defensively, they've been able to make stops in the end game. Coach Charles Yu challenging the team to be able to make those stops, not just in the end game now, but all throughout the ball game. That's really the goal.
That's right. And you mentioned earlier how Mighty Sports' defense is something that results to points on the other side, how they have been consistent scoring off turns.
Go now on the floor for Mighty Sports together with Jalan Kendrick.
Kendrick, a proven scorer in the two games that Mighty Sports has played
Especially
here.
game number 1, knocking down 3 after 3 in the third quarter and the fourth as well.
The first attempt doesn't go here. Moore throws it up. A bit off balance there and was really looking for some contact.
Notice no real flow offensively for Mighty Sports.
Al-Shanufi off on his attempt. Blatch takes it. Sends it over to Moore. Going one-on-one against Ramesh. Decides to involve Blatch. Look at Blatch use his body. Far away went Grady.
That's what you call creating space.
And some might be asking, could that be an offensive foul? But you saw the control in Andre Blatch. Did not really barge in too much. How about that spin? Let's see how this goes. Another spin behind the back. What a play for Mighty Sports.
You gotta love that time. A lot of flow, a lot of unselfishness. Spectacular play that time for Mighty Sports. And why is that huge? Because now it is contributing to each other, helping each other out. Everybody showing that, we don't need to hog that basketball. It's so much easier if we share that ball. It's so much better when you get and move that ball because games are going to be a lot easier.
Look at how active Blatch is right now, and that certainly should make Coach Charles Chu smile a bit. Gomez! Andre Blatch leading them with 5 points and 4 rebounds, but great production so far from Juan Gomez Del Llano, who has 6 points.
Good 8-minute run for Juan GDL. Now it's Mikey Williams' turn.
Let's see what he will be able to do, as possession will stay with ES Rades of Tunisia.
He's been playing really well. Mikey Williams, especially game number 1 and then orchestrating in game number 2.
Al-Shanufi attacking the inside. Could not get it anything. Here's Moore going one-on-one.
Notice defensively change up for ES Rades earlier on with zone defense, changing it up after that timeout.
Well, Mighty Sports hit 2 3-pointers, both courtesy of Gomez Del Llano, and that's probably why Rades had to make an adjustment on Kanuni, bringing them within 1 point again, 17-16 in favor of Mighty Sports.
But those 2 3-point shots basically coming off the fast break or transition offense.
Or to watch. Ooh, miscommunication there. Grady was top. About 4 seconds in between the shot clock and game clock. Good crossover. And a foul at the basket committed by Isaac Go, sending ES Rades to the free throw line.
Seems like Andre Blach a little bit winded right now, but you got to give it to Coach Charles. He's really maximizing Blach, trying to get him in the best shape that he can be, for this tournament.
Let's remember that Mighty Sports, they put together this team specifically for this tournament, and these are players who have shown what they can do leading different teams sometimes or playing in different tournaments, and it's the talent pooled together representing the Philippines in this 31st Dubai International Basketball Championship.
That's always very difficult, Obviously the team has a lot of talent, but the difficulty is how do you make everybody play together? How do you make everybody understand the goal, which is winning a championship?
That's right. It's such a quick tournament too. Shot clock is off now. Mighty Sports now trail by 1 after those 2 free throws from Ilahi. More pass to Blach. Goal. And there was also a mini run from ES Rades, enough to make sure that they are still going to remain in the game here. After all, they are the current leaders of Group A with a 3-0 record.
Well, 2 of 9 from the 3-point area for Mighty Sports, 2 of them coming from Juan GDL. On the other hand, for ES Rades, they have not connected from that 3-point area. What's really impressive for me, the 4 assists that Mighty Sports gave to each other. That's really something.
Still worked their way, because when the defender dropped, Bogman lost his footing. There's Al-Shanufi working against Kendrick, spinning, going up, trying to draw a foul. Thought he was hacked. Instead, he will be the one, or ES Rades will be the one called for a foul.
And there's going to be a technical.
Al-Shanufi will be slapped with a technical, because the moment he pivoted and went up for the shot, you'll see him there complaining and really did not go for the ball on that foul. And he was just really trying to get the referee's attention.
And the referees in this tournament are not shy to give out technicals.
Absolutely. That's what we've noticed from the games that we have covered. However, Kendrick unable to capitalize on the opportunity for a freebie. 30 Ravenna has checked into the game, along with Mikey Williams, Jalen Kendrick, Isaac Go, and Ronaldo Bogman. Blach enjoying some rest on the bench. Here's Bogman. Involves Go. Good intention for Go, but the pass was a bit too soft. But another turnover on the other side, and Mighty Sports has an advantage in transition. You talked about it.
Quick passes, easy shots, wide open layups, basically, for Mighty Sports.
That's 5 points off turnovers now for Mighty Sports.
14 points in the paint right now, out of the 21.
The 3-point shot hasn't really been working outside Juan Gomez Del Llano, and they
2 of 9 as a team.
Yeah, they made the necessary adjustments.
Well, luckily for Mighty Sports, ES Rades has not converted from that area.
How about some 3-pointers, says Jalen Kendrick. You guys asked for some? Here's one.
He's been the 3-point guy for Mighty Sports. Game number 1, game number 2, and here in game number 3 as well.
In that feature that we showed earlier in Carlo Pamintuan's interview with Coach Charles Chu, something that Coach Charles wants his team to improve on is to avoid useless fouls, and I guess this could fall in that category. Mikey Williams committing one there.
Well, because Yugiva was going for that turnaround jumper, creating so much space, Isaac Go not able to recover.
with Mighty Sports gaining some momentum now. Every bucket for Rades is becoming extra important. That was deflected by Go. That pass intended for Go was deflected, taken away, and it looks like Go could be whistled for an unsportsmanlike foul. Referee says that Isaac Go grabbed the jersey, and there it was, grabbing the jersey of Taifala. You know, you can't argue that. I mean,
rim protection also a little bit different.
well, when a Mighty Sports sits Andre Bloch down, the responsibility that he leaves on the floor falls heavily on whom?
Rinaldo Balkman. Because he's the other big guy. And Isaac Go, you know he's going to play there, but he's only going to play for a few minutes. But you really expect the big numbers and the leadership coming from Rinaldo Balkman.
Well, that time, he got the stop. Let's see what happens. Another turnover, but Elahi could not chase the ball down. Quick hands though for him, and quick feet as well. Seven and 20 to go in the second quarter. It's just a 2-point lead for Mighty Sports. Ravenna from outside. What do you think of how 30 Ravenna has played in this tournament?
Superb defensively for 30 Ravenna. Hasn't really gotten his offensive game going just yet, but he made a crucial layup in game number 1.
And in game 2, you know, against Al Ittihad, he really put handcuffs on Aubrey Coleman, the obvious go-to guy of Al Ittihad, and that's really where he could have seen what his contributions to this team are.
And really pressuring the guy he's defending so that there's not even a chance of him looking for the shot.
That's right.
And he's playing him physical. I mean, 30 Ravenna fresh out of...
Absolutely has had such a storied career in international basketball. Also once played in the NBA. Rades trying to recover. They are down by 4 right now. Elahi getting past Ravenna. High looping layup, no good. But Grady was there for the cleanup.
Good help defense at time. However, the guy that recovered, the guy who was helping the helper, was not able to box out, giving up an offensive rebound.
Lead of Mighty Sports, 2 points, 26-24. We haven't seen Bloch here in the second quarter. Mighty still ahead anyway. Isaac Go, fall away jumper, no good. Look at Kendrick come out of nowhere for the rebound. And the hustle of the players on the floor. Wallach diving.
I was talking about it, the energy. He'll knock down 3-point shots, he'll get offensive rebounds, he'll make big plays, he'll dive for loose balls.
Andre Bloch is waiting for them in the block, and so they adjust, they take these jumpers, and they have been falling. But perhaps they could use some 3-pointers. Currently, Dom, they're 0 for 4.
They haven't really taken anything so far in the second quarter.
Bloch back in the game, back to business, and he gets that turnaround off the glass.
And you gotta feed Andre Bloch whenever he's inside.
Grady sends it over to Elahi. Check that. That was Rudsley. Mighty Sports taking the ball away. Soft pass for Andre Bloch. Stolen by ES Rades. Wallach open from downtown. No good. Ball chased down. Balkman gets it. Balkman lost it thanks to the defense of Rudsley. Taifala underneath, wide open. Transition bucket for ES Rades.
And look at how all the blue guys were able to get down and prevent that fast break.
All movement here for Mighty Sports. And well, ES Rades left with no other choice but to give up a foul.
Here in the second quarter, Mighty Sports doing just enough to keep them at bay.
But now ES Rades is actually in penalty situation. They can't be too careless in giving up those fouls. Bloch, a smaller Wallach guarding him. Williams, back to Andre. Balkman from the baseline, puts it up, doesn't get anything. Williams has yet to score in this game.
Now, usually he gets his points off 3-point shots or on the fast break when he pushes that basketball.
Not the best pass there for Rades. It was
Hands by Kendrick.
Yeah, it was a lob pass, a looper of a pass, and with Mighty Sports holding that height advantage, it was easy for Kendrick to pick up, and then Ravenna turns it into gold on the other side.
Finally, 30 Ravenna able to knock down an outside shot. You're hoping that this is something that will push him, to play better offensively. Defensively, no question.
Absolutely.
Already great effort.
I think 30 knows his role in this team, and that's to be a lockdown defender with guys like Blatch, Balkman, Kendrick, Moore, ready to take on the load offensively. But if you give him a good look, he's gonna knock that down. Mori enters the game along with Juan Gomez Del Llano. A foul was whistled on Mikey Williams as he tried to impede the path of ES Rades towards the hoop. Elahi's calling the shots. He's signaling for horns. You see the double high screen. Jumper from the free throw line. That is good for Okoro.
He's the import for ES Rades.
Showing some touch. So both bigs, Grady and Okoro of ES Rades having a shot from mid-range at least. Lodge, good pass to Balkman. What passing, Tom? Lodge is showing in this game.
And because of that, there's a lot of easy points for Mighty Sports.
6-point lead now for Mighty. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Here's Elahi. Okoro again. Wow, 2 for 2. This time from the right block.
Okoro, really one guy that, he's really known for his shot blocking ability. However, if you leave him open, he's going to take it. And 2 out of 2 so far for Okoro.
And a turnover on the other side. Ronaldo Balkman not really getting into a groove here when he's trying to seek an opportunity for himself. Most of the points that he has scored here, or actually the 2 buckets that he has scored here, coming off assists.
Hasn't been the usual Ronaldo Balkman, able to really get fast breaks. He's been getting the offensive rebounds, but because the guys that he's playing against are taller, he's ending up passing it outside.
Wallach, the explosion to the basket. You can really tell they've been intimidated by the interior defense of Mighty Sports. And that's been something that
every
we've
game.
been seeing.
Every
We've been
game.
seeing that. With all the lines there, players get confused, and there's at least one time every game that someone will get caught stepping on the wrong line. This game is brought to you by Gatorade. Nothing beats Gatorade. Under 2 minutes left in the second quarter, Mighty Sports still up by 4.
Mackenzie Moore, one of those guys that really likes to go for the steal. Anticipates that passing lane really well.
He's long, lengthy, and he's also pretty quick. As you see it there, maybe not the steal, but a block instead for Mackenzie. Here he is, behind the back to Alonzo. Corner pocket 3, no good. But 3 rebounders for ES Rades, not able to control that. Losing it to the baseline, and it will be Mighty Sports basketball, but not... Does anyone call that shot?
Well, his teammate Joaquin Manuel liking that.
Absolutely. Kanuni, oh, he was fouled. He actually spread his legs to trying to, draw the contact.
But there was contact on top.
Yes, absolutely.
Up top, there was contact as well.
Gomez Del Llano came running right into him.
First personal foul number 1.
Kanuni has been...
Well, they got to be able to try and defend Andre Blanche, really. When Mighty Sports needs some points, they go to Andre Blanche. And they need to be able to get the ball out of his hands. So, when he's dribbling there, maybe you want to double him right away and make the other guys try and beat you.
Blanche has 7 points and 3 assists. So tried a difficult step back. Couldn't get it. or putting pressure on Bualak. Yes, Rades staying patient on their offense. Double high screen deployed. Bualak could not get past Moore, and Moore strips it away. Balkman, easy lay and on the other side.
Quick hands once again by Mackenzie Moore getting that steal.
And Bualak will try again. No good. And half with Mighty Sports up by 7, 41-34 over ES Rades of Tunisia. The stronger points of that first half.
Definitely Andre Bloch and Juan GDL combining for the points, majority of the points of Mighty Sports. But also what I like to see, or what I saw, was when they moved that basketball, things became a lot easier. 8 assists for Mighty Sports. However, ES Rades actually had 10. You look at the turnovers, 9 turnovers for Mighty Sports, only 7 for ES Rades. So, you know, if you look at them limiting the number of turnovers, this should be a bigger lead.
And now Coach Charles Chu upset because play was stopped while Mighty Sports was moving that basketball around. You'll see that Kanuni will run into Andre Bloch and will really get shaken up here. First off was, could there be a case for an illegal pick?
Possibly.
And they were moving the ball around. It was actually heading towards a wide open 30 Ravenna in the upper corner, but referee decided to blow his whistle. And of course, ES Rades coaching staff was also upset that there was no call. Nonetheless, Bualak getting a 3.
That's the first 3-point shot made for ES Rades.
Took them 6 attempts before they finally found the bottom of the net. Williams could not get it back. Bloch gets the ball back and finds Ronaldo Balkman open underneath.
Very evident. Once they put a little bit of effort into those offensive rebounds, easy points follow.
Definitely, that's already the 12th second chance points for Mighty Sports. They have a total of 23 rebounds, 7 more than ES Rades. Kanuni losing it. Bloch taking the ball away. 4-on-3 break. Andre losing it momentarily. It really looked like he was gonna lose it.
Showing everybody the skills that he has with that basketball, taking it all the way.
Mighty Sports up by 6 points again. 8 minutes remaining in the third. Kanuni going to the middle. He's been trying to be the provider for his team right now. Balkman to Ravenna. Bualak guarding him. Oh, miscommunication between Ravenna and Balkman. A miscommunication between 2 players of ES Rades.
If you look at the turnovers of Mighty Sports, maybe 3 or 4 could have easily been avoided.
Absolutely, and it was really a miscommunication. Maybe you can still attribute it to a lack of chemistry and familiarity.
I'd call it just a lazy pass.
Okay. We actually pointed those out, like the Andre Bloch pass earlier that could have led to an open transition bucket.
I mean, because of the quality of the players that you have for Mighty Sports, it's really, that's really what you can call it.
Kanuni making a dangerous man. Ilahi and Ravenna talking, 30 apologizing, but it is gonna be called an unsportsmanlike foul. You know, this brings me back to when Ravenna. I don't see a foul there, and in all honesty, of course there's gonna be contact.
Yes.
But I felt like the block came first. And that's just my point of view.
You know what happens sometimes with the referees is when you swing at it, the referees seem
most of it. He got it. Nonetheless.
And that would have been a spectacular play.
Absolutely. Well, Elahi got 1 of 2 free throws, but ES Rades with the possession right now. Al-Shanufi falling away. Hasn't really gotten his usual rhythm in this game. He's been a provider for ES Rades in this tournament. 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists per contest. And how about Andre Bloch only needing one hand to get a rebound and to score 2 points?
The credit, have that basket to Reynaldo Bachman. He gave him that assist.
Well, Bloch did feed Bachman a couple of times earlier. Bachman returning the favor. Here's Rades. 7 on their shot clock. Al-Shanufi receiving the pick from Tramesh. That hits nothing. That's going to be a shot clock violation for ES Rades. Mighty Sports enjoying currently the largest lead of this basketball. Another turnover for Mighty Sports. That's turnover number 15.
That's really what's been hurting. Like I mentioned, this could have been a much bigger lead if not for those some of those turnovers. At least 3 or 4 by my count.
Hosni Elahi looking for Al-Shanufi. Trying to post Kendrick up. Bachman getting ready to help. Grady left open. Free throw line jumper. Bottom of the net. They've been hitting those. That's what you can give ES Rades, but they're going to need a lot more. They do take the ball away. Another turnover for Bachman. And Grady getting called for a foul. Able to draw a foul, rather, on Kendrick. And I think what Kendrick was saying was that the trail referee, well, that's very clear. That is indeed a foul.
The Bachman that he could have stayed away from. You can see his rhythm is just not the same right now. Now he's getting a little bit of those tips. Like, it's not Reynaldo Bachman on point in today's game so far. Offensively, and he's getting a couple of layups, but not the usual dominant self that he is. Sometimes there are just certain games like that.
But that's definitely true. We're all familiar with what kind of output Reynaldo Bachman can give a team and the stat line that he can end the game with when he's really 100%. 3 seconds on the shot clock. More trippity drop on the triple.
Once again, ball movement, unselfish, finding the open guy, waiting, basically milking the entire shot clock.
The three-pointers have been falling in for Mighty Sports here in the third. ES Rades will try it also to no avail. Lodge sends it to Kendrick. Moore using the 11 points is the lead of Mighty Sports right now, 57-46. And this is the largest of the game. This game is brought to you by Discovery Primea, the official hotel partner of Mighty Sports Philippines. About 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Grady puts it up. He finds the bottom of the net on that three-pointer.
Whenever Mighty Sports makes a big run, ES Rades has a reply to that run, just not allowing Mighty Sports to break this game wide open.
That's right. And you know what coaches say all the time, you just gotta stay in the game and give yourselves a fighting chance towards the end.
Within striking distance.
Flash trying to work against Grady. The double team quickly comes, and that's usually when a turnover is forced for Mighty Sports. What a pass from ES Rades, right on the money.
I love ES Rades. Just continuing to keep him playing. Make a stop. They push that basketball. 3-4 guys running down that lane.
And you know something that you have to commend them for is they did get rattled when Mighty Sports went on that run, extended the lead to double figures. Other teams would have caved, would have folded already. Not ES Rades. They kept fighting, like you said.
Well, 57-46 about a minute ago. Now it's a 5-0 run by ES Rades.
Mighty Sports, only 7 on the shot clock. Moore to Williams, specialty of the house.
Enzi Moore drawing the defense, going right to the middle of it, and then kicking it out to Mikey Williams.
Now, that's the coach. That's what you want. You drop all these plays, but the simpler, the less movement you have to make in order to get a bucket, that's what you want. Now Shanufi out to Grady. Has to put it up. Did not realize that shot clock was winding down. So that's going to be a turnover for Rades. Mighty Sports up by 9. 95 seconds remaining in the third. That's going to be a foul on Daifana. Playing Go too tightly.
And that's the thing. The referees are consistent. However they make their calls, they easily give technicals, they easily give unsportsmanlike fouls. He's giving ample rest to the other big guys of Mighty Sports, scoring. He's competing against the opposing big men, getting rebounds, boxing out, just doing the dirty work.
The 6'8" forward center from the Philippines. He actually scored 5 points against Al Ittihad, including a 3-pointer. Oh, look at that tough shot, Al Shanufi. He is one of the go-to guys of ES Rades.
He's not afraid to take those shots.
Absolutely. Has really been looking for them, as they haven't exactly been falling. How about Bogman?
There you go. That's the rhythm, that's the pace that Reynaldo Bogman likes.
And every time they run a pick and roll with Bogman, he just stays near that free throw line area and he knows when he's supposed to roll. See, that's sort of a similar foul as to what was called on Daifala on the other side.
So again, the referees are consistent.
Absolutely. 63-54. Down to the last 32.3 seconds of the third quarter. Juan Gomez Del Llano enters the game for Mikey Williams. Elahi running into trouble.
You could see Jay Malonzo wanting to swat that ball away, coming from all the way on the other side.
Really wanting to make use of that athleticism. Shot clock down to 8. 25.2 on the game clock. Daifala against Go. Going one-on-one. Isaac, good defense. And Daifala completely missing the mark, leaving Mighty Sports one last crack at the basket. Moore has it with 7 seconds, being guarded by Al Shanufi. McKenzie attacking the basket, hanging, no good. Good attack to the basket, just not getting the result that he wanted. But
And Al Shanufi.
oh, that could have been a dribbling violation on Elahi. Referee didn't see it. Bachman getting the swat from behind. You heard the crowd reacting to that earlier. A ball possession will remain with ES Rades. You still can't count this team out here. It's just a 9-point bubble.
Especially with 17 turnovers for Mighty Sports.
Yeah,
it's been a problem.
In the third quarter, I thought we also saw a glimpse of how quickly ES Rades can go on the run and catch up. Because the lead for Mighty went as high as 11 points, but in a split second, in a couple of possessions, it was down to 6. Go. Fires away. 3-pointer doesn't go. Look at Malonzo chase that basketball.
We talked about the energy. Him and Kendrick, these two guys just are all positive whenever they're on the floor.
Go will try again. Not this time. Malonzo tried to tip it. And the miss on the other side. Sorry, miss there for Kanuni. Moore. Mighty Sports has been taking exclusively 3-pointers here in the fourth quarter.
Wanting to create some separation and basically
When you become over-eager, when you try to be one step ahead of what you should be doing.
I mean, in lingo, you want to hit that 3, what they call the dagger.
Yeah. It's hard to hit a dagger when there's still 8 minutes remaining.
But you want to be able to get that run.
Absolutely.
And extend it.
Absolutely. But, Mighty Sports.
Free throw line, actually.
Not a lot of attempts to 6 for 9 as a team. No, that was before Bogman's free throws, actually. Let's see what they do in this possession. Bogman, jab step, losing it again. Boy, is he piling up the turnovers.
Well, sometimes not. At that time, I felt not enough space for Bachman to operate.
Good drop pass, but Bogman with an even better swat. And a duty foul committed by Al Shanufi. Could not allow Mighty Sports to get in transition because the numbers don't lie. Mighty Sports really likes running and scoring in transition.
And in transition, you can really see the unselfishness of Mighty Sports.
I have to go back to that play back in the first quarter to really show that.
You can hear the crowd shouting the name of Bo Belga.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen Bo Belga in this game yet. Belga, of course, is a crowd favorite. Played in both games against the UAE national team and Al Ittihad. Average is 2.5 points and 3.5 rebounds in this tournament. But the important thing here with the separation staying at 11 points, Andre Bloch able to get that rest. This is what you mentioned. Oh, the dunk doesn't go in. And now they will have to reset their possession. I was just about to say that you were talking about the unselfishness in transition. It was evident. It just did not result into points for Mighty Sports.
I'm actually surprised what happened there. Seems like he was a little bit too deep under the rim.
He did cock it back a little bit. Oh, a couple of sorry misses here.
That one, he was definitely too deep.
Yeah, I agree. The Mighty Sports may want to settle things down a little bit as Rades threatens to take to make the most of this opportunity where Mighty is missing some shots. You can also tell that players on the floor are starting to get tired already. Alonso again a miss underneath. Well, I guess that time you can credit to the team from the Philippines trying to get their third win here in this tournament. They are currently undefeated, but so on
Missed dunks. A missed dunk.
I think that's also where it started. The frustrations after Malonzo missed his supposed show-stopping jam. How about that? That should get them started. Juan Gomez del Llano.
How many assists does Mackenzie Moore have? That's the question I have. That's 3 assists for Mackenzie Moore.
How about the 4th three-pointer for Juan GDL?
His best game so far this tournament.
Easily. And he's been able to pull out those moves that we know from him, those step backs, and really looking comfortable. But Malonzo that time leaning too much on Kanuni. Lost his balance there and an easy foul to call for our referees. Rades down by 10, trying to make their move now. This is their moneymaker, the horns play. Let's see how it materializes. Only 2 seconds on the shot clock. Wow, that bails them out. A three-pointer from Daifala.
Not really known for his three-point shooting.
Not at all. Naeem Daifala taking the ball away here too. Kanuni lays it in.
Remember, the last time, big league things that they're not doing here and there, but the players will still have to be the ones to make the plays.
Moore almost losing it. Williams to Ravenna. 9 on the shot clock. Looper doesn't go. But look at Bloch really doing everything for Mighty Sports in this game. A foul whistled on Rades. That's only going to be their 3rd team foul. Still a couple more before they enter penalty. But Rades of Tunisia, a huge counter after Mighty Sports hit a three-pointer and up their advantage to 10. 6 straight points.
Mighty Sports needs a big play right here.
Ravenna trying to go for it. No. And Lahi will set things up for the Tunisians. Grady now handing it off to Kanuni. Here's Al Shanufi. Oh, sorry, miss as well.
He was right there.
Exactly what I was about to say. And he pulled out the Euro step, got rid of the defender already. Kanuni, tough task, guarding Blotch. Andre is really knowing what to do when he sees a smaller defender on him.
Grady with 17 points, Kanuni with 13, and Elahi with 7.
Good for 3 points on 1 for 10 shooting.
So good defense for Mighty Sports against Al Shanufi.
When it comes to the guards, this Mighty Sports team really has a lot of weapons in terms of locking down. You know, if the star player of the other team is a guard, Mighty Sports has a lot of ways to try and at least limit the production of that.
You can see the first 3 games for Mighty Sports. Guys have been sacrificing defensively. You can see that they've got their eyes on the prize.
And Kendrick hitting a huge three-pointer there.
Seems like every game he hits a big 3-point shot.
Jalen Kendrick really introducing himself here in Dubai. Ashanufi forcing the issue, drawing a foul to the dismay of Mighty Sports. He's going to be awarded 2 free throws now. Zaid Al-Shanufi.
First personal foul number 1.
The first personal foul of Andre Blotch. I mean, you talk about a guy who's been playing good defense, and that was even a questionable foul.
13 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and just 1 foul for Blotch. I mean, he does have 4 turnovers, but I think that's forgivable with everything that he's provided here. Sports after 3 games, they are going for their 3rd straight victory here.
So with this impending win of Mighty Sports, looks like Mighty Sports is going to top Group A. Again, the tournament format is 2 groups.
Bachman takes it away. Bachman delivers the jam.
How many times in the last 3 games, in these 3 games, have we seen?
Mighty Sports upping their advantage again to 11. After that Ronaldo Bachman jam. This team from the Philippines coming off 2 days of rest, and they're facing Rades club from Tunisia that has played 3 straight games, 3 straight days before this 4th one against Mighty Sports. Perhaps fatigue becoming a factor already.
Definitely. That's something that could be to the advantage of Mighty Sports. But you like how, Coach Charles rotating his players. You can see this still. This is a team that's two weeks old.
Yeah.
You like how he moves the minutes around. You like how he's giving the guys, also though the veterans. When I talk about the veterans, the guys that he's really going to give minutes to, Balkman, Andre Blotch, have been responding. And if you notice, all the 3 games, this is basically the guys that have been ending the ball games. Andre Blotch, Kendrick, Balkman, Ravenna, and Mikey Williams.
Here's Ravenna leaving it up for Blotch.
This just tells me that the guys are on the same page for the goal of winning a championship. You gotta remember, no non-Middle Eastern team has won this tournament ever.
Oh, the lob pass for Kendrick. And we can say it now that Mighty Sports will be topping, or will have a chance to top Group A, because they still do have 1 game remaining after this against
Beirut.
But ES Rades will finish their elimination round with a 3-1 record, as they will fall short in this match against Mighty Sports. Like you said earlier, it was a great showing of team effort.
So far, this is probably the best game that Mighty Sports has had. Not the best start. Probably the worst start, but great recovery middle into that first quarter.
Blatch with that familiar move. Always sizing up that defender. And whenever Blatch does that, it leaves the opponent guessing, what's this guy gonna do next? Because he can do so
do
much.
everything.
Absolutely.
He can really do everything. Likes really facing up. You can see Likes take the three, beating the guy off the dribble. Don't really see him posting up too much, but has that spin move. And you know, you gotta love how, once again, Andre Blatch doing everything. You look at his stat line, complete is his stat line. Points, rebounds, assists. Number of minutes, you don't see him complaining.
5 assists and 3 steals. He leads Mighty Sports to their 3rd straight win, 84-66 over ES Rades here in the 31st Dubai International.